Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I believe this is at least the second hearing with Director Ash on this topic, and I'd reflect as I did yesterday. Here we are again, chasing imaginary scandals. I would say, when you look at some of these redacted documents, yeah, it doesn't make sense. But one person redacts documents per one request, and then they don't have the identical person when someone else makes a request redact the same documents. So you have, yes, inconsistency, not unusual. There is, particularly in the case of the, which we spent some considerable time on, the rule regarding a mountaintop removal, blatant incompetence, and then, of course, bureaucracy. The bottom line is we have, 11 subpoenas over 2 Congresses, 37 letters, 16 distinct topics, 34,000 hours of staff time diverted from things that are much more essential to the American public, $2 million, 60,000 pages of documents, and I don't know who on the committee staff here who is demanding this has reviewed each and every of those 60,000 pages, and if they have, they sure haven't found much. I understand that, you have some very distinct policy differences with this administration, as do I from time to time. We can pursue those things through a course of legislation and others, but seriously, here there is no scandal. One of the main premises is that somehow they are favoring the wind industry and discriminating against the oil and gas industry. Well, there are 48,000 wind turbines in the U.S., and there's 876,000 oil and gas wells. As we had testimony the last time, they are pursuing at this point, 17 bird take cases are being pursued against the 48,000 wind turbines, haven't worked out the percentages, 21 cases against the 876,000 oil and gas wells. So on a percentage basis, we should actually be holding a hearing on why they're being so discriminatory and unbelievably aggressive toward the wind industry and given a pass to the oil and gas industry if that's the premise of why we're here today. If you look at the statistics, we had testimony last time that when they go on and they can do flyovers and see someone hasn't netted their spoils, the effluent from the oil and gas well, they will then visit them and say, hey, put up netting as required by law, and most everybody does it, and most everybody then would comply. They come back 6 months later, and if they haven't put up netting, then they go to the Justice Department. That seems to me to be not particularly aggressive enforcement. In fact, I think maybe we should hold a hearing on why they aren't more aggressively. It seems like a year to get someone under prosecution who are violating blatantly and knowingly violating the law is discriminatory in favor of the oil and gas industry. So again, it seems like this is, we're really searching for a conspiracy where one doesn't exist. Talked about the surface mining stream protection. We spent we went into that in great detail, and as I pointed out at the time, it was incompetence. It wasn't an attempt and the end result actually favored mountaintop removal in the industry. So I'm not sure, again, what scandal we're trying to uncover. And maybe we could simplify things here and go back to a much older method, since this is, in effect, a witch hunt, and that is we should replace the witness table with a big tank of water, and we'll bring in the director and we'll put him in there, and, if he floats, then he's guilty, and if he sinks, he wasn't. That's the way they used to do things, back in the olden days, and maybe we should go back to older practices and maybe we'd get some more significant results. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.